Okay.
Oh, wait. We
Yeah.
got a thing now.
We got sound.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, they can hear us.
Okay. I have no clue what happened.
Wow, that was interesting.
We'll go back to the chat.
All right, going back to the chat.
Jesus.
Stop. My name is not Jesus Christ.
I didn't say. All right, can you hear us now? Tonight is about sleep. Your cat is fine.
How about now? All good.
Yay.
Well, let's start all over again. Welcome to the Breakaway Homestead, Tuesday Night Live.
I'm Megan.
I'm Patrick.
We have a giant spider outside our window.
Yes, that's what we were talking about before we realized that our microphone was not working.
Pat thinks it's a brown recluse.
I do.
I say kill it with fire.
And I'm saying it's too close to the house to kill it with fire.
And
I think it's a brown recluse.
I'm saying it's on the glass, and fire is fine.
So, yeah.
So tonight we're going to talk about sleep.
Sleep.
Pat has a ton of notes.
I do. I actually have 5 pages of notes, which is great for someone, I guess, someplace out there.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be boring. The very interesting facts that I thought were very cool because as I was looking through all the research and everything like that from American Sleep Foundation and other research facilities that talk about sleep, there are a lot of things that we don't do correctly at all when it comes to sleep. And there's also a whole bunch of indicators of problems if some things happen while you're asleep, like nightmares. If you have constant nightmares, you probably have onset dementia. Like, you have a very big possibility that you have some sort of dementia going on in your life.
So Doc says there's still no sound. Doc, turn your speakers up.
Turn your speakers up.
There we go.
So,
Brown recluse, I don't, because they can hurt you. I'm not even 100% sure it's alive, to be honest.
It's alive. It's alive. Oh, it's alive.
It's alive.
Touch it right now.
I can't touch it. It's outside.
Reach around.
Hell no.
Brown recluse is also known as a fiddle spider because on the back side, on top of the middle part, not the abdomen, it looks like a fiddle on top of it.
It's just creeping me out. Do you have any post-it notes? I want to cover it with a post-it notes.
So yeah, so that's what we're talking about tonight. But before we do, anything going on?
We got back. Sub says, "Show me." Can you turn the camera around?
Oh, you want to see? Oh Lord.
You should just be able to turn it.
No, I should be able to turn it, but I got to be able to see it.
Oh.
So turning the camera around. Yes.
Ignore our dirty ass windows. Oh, look at that. That's perfect.
See, I can't see the top part. But if you look at the abdomen, it's curved down. It's kind of flat.
She said it's not a brown recluse.
Okay.
Or no, Doc said that. Sorry. Doc
what is it?
And if you say spider, we're cutting the show.
Thank you. Have a good night. So, why don't we turn this back around to us? There's our dirty closet. Are we back?
Sort of.
There we go. So it's not a brown recluse. That's good.
Well, that's what Doc said. I don't know what Sub said. No, there's not a whole lot going on.
But
we got back to school night on Thursday.
Kid goes back to school, meets his teacher. We take all the stuff to them. And folks, if you have kids going to school, make sure they
Thank you, Brad. Thank you.
What?
Arachnid. He didn't say spider.
Oh. Dirt.
Get the smartass award of the evening.
Yes. It's a spider. It's an arachnid. If it's yellow, it's...
I don't think it has yellow on it.
A riding spider. Good to kill bugs. Anyway.
I mean, it's outside. Okay.
Sorry.
Yes.
So Kid gets to meet his new teacher. We get to go meet their new teacher.
We get to meet his bus driver.
And all that stuff. And I'm looking forward to getting him back into school because summertime has really slowed everybody down.
Yeah, he thrives on routines.
He does.
So going back to school, and he loves going to school. So
he sleeps better.
Yeah, I mean, he acts better, just everything. Like,
Yeah.
it's better for him. So we're excited with that. You know, there's going to be an adjustment period, obviously, but to get him back into school, we're excited. And I think once he realizes what's going on, he'll be excited too.
I think so as well.
So we'll see how it goes.
We got a generator over the weekend.
We did get a generator for the camper.
Yeah.
So,
Very, very interesting. The person I met, how he obtains these generators. He buys lots from the American Red Cross after hurricanes
at auctions and
at
stuff.
auctions. So he buys pallets of things that the Red Cross sells off. This includes generators and lighting and other stuff like that. And he literally
he makes bank.
He makes bank. He makes bank because they want to get rid of it. The generator I got is the 3500.
It's the Predator, which is the Harbor Freight
Stop shaking, please.
inverter. Sorry.
It's all right. I'm shaking everything.
So it's more than powerful enough to run the camper.
Yeah. So we're happy with that. Have some air conditioning if we need it.
Yeah.
But the price of the generator, if it were brand new, was going to be $800. We got it for $300. The issue with this generator, and he had a whole bunch of them, of these same generators. The one I was looking to get, the guy said it only had 1 hour on it, and it didn't have 1 hour. It had like 280 hours on it. I'm like, look here, dude, 280 hours. He's like, well, if you hit the next button, it has 1 hour on it. I said, no, that means it's been running for that between 0 and 1 hour. It's gonna have a 1. Guess what? When it hits the next hour, it's gonna have a 2. I said, this is your actual, hours. I said, I give you $100 for this. I was like, what's that one over there? He's like, yeah, we're not selling that one. There's no pull string on it. I'm like, it's an electric start generator. And I said, how much do you want for that? Since there's no pull on it. He goes, well, let me go talk to my
boss.
Associate. And it was really his boss. You could tell who was in charge there. He came and we spoke for a while. Talked about how he came to acquire this stuff because I wanted to make sure it was legit.
Yeah.
There was some aroma of pot in the area. So I'm just like, dude, either this guy or it's the other guy that's a pothead, but I couldn't figure it out. Well, come to find out, it was legit. The guy just turns and burns auction stuff, and I tell you, it's not a bad lifestyle because he made bank. So I made it. He said $350. I offered him $300. He said, I'll take it. Gave him $300, and I said, okay, you've been paid. How much profit did you actually make on this turning and burning supplies from auctions? He says, well, he says, depending on how many generators on each pallet, I usually spend about $50 to $60 per generator. He's like, now it's a gamble. Some of them can work, some of them can't. Some of them can be little hours, some of them can be big hours, but
overall, you're still making a profit.
So that generator only had 20 hours on it before the pull string broke on it, and they decided not to use it. And so I got a 20-hour generator,
$300
for $300. So you can't beat that. So before you decide to go all in on something that's brand new, shop around a little bit. Something that's been used or actually broken in.
Yeah.
Just broken in might be a better option. And it saves us a lot. We got to get more stuff for the camper in lieu of spending all that money for the generator. So that's pretty much what happened. Since we are at 9:15, we're going to go ahead and get started on our program. And so before we start, we do this disclaimer every time we talk about our weekly subject. We are not experts.
Nope.
We are not experts.
I like to sleep.
Well, yeah. I'd like to be an expert in sleep. All right.
You're a dork.
What we do is we research a subject that we think you might find interesting, and then we take that information, pass you what we find out, the knowledge that we find out, and then we
go from there.
Go from there. You can extrapolate yourself on the info we give you, or you can take a nugget of what we give you and then move it along by doing more of your own research. Tonight's show is about sleep. Image slideshow. Boop. love the caption.
The
Or
picture.
whatever. It's a caption.
No, the caption is sleep. Or the caption would be
Caption
like,
is
the
sleep.
dog is sleeping.
Right. Or it's dead. One of the other.
I'm going to go with sleeping, but...
So constantly sick, excessive yawning, moodiness, fatigue,
Why'd you look at me on that one?
irritability, depressed, difficulty in learning, forgetfulness, fuzziness, lack of motivation, clumsiness. You fell off 3 steps
They were wet, and I was chasing the dog.
with a rail. Overeating and poor sex drive.
Boo.
Boo for poor sex drive. That's about as rated as we're going to get here. She might cuss a few times, but we're getting any
I've been
nastier
doing
than that.
better.
Yes, you have. So first of all, we want to talk about sleep positions. And I'm just going to go, every time I go through a new subject, I'm going to put up another picture that's random. I do not know what's going to show up, but I got like 30 or 40 pictures of sleep-related items for your entertainment as well. What are you doing?
I was going to move it like down here.
Okay, move it.
Wait, I didn't know how.
There you go.
There we go.
The first time you've moved anything.
I did.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I don't know if that's bad or good.
Sleeping positions.
Sleeping positions. Face up. 8%.
I am a
Okay.
tummy sleeper.
She's a tummy sleeper.
Like, I have to fall asleep in a very specific position on my tummy with a leg cocked up.
I will start sleeping on my back, and then I will end up usually on my side. And the reason why is because my left ear, I don't have very good hearing out of it. And so if I put my right ear on the pillow, I can't hear anything that's going on. Intruder,
And he
anything
just
like that.
passes out.
I just pass out.
Well, he passes out. He looks at the bed and he's out.
It's true.
do not have that ability.
So these are the different positions. Face up, 8%. And some of these have percentages, some don't. 8% sleeping on your back is the healthiest way to sleep because it allows your head, neck, and spine to rest in a neutral position. This prevents strain and uneven distribution of weight that can lead to back, hip, shoulder, and shoulder pain. Prevents gravitational folds and crow's feet in your face. The only bad thing about sleeping on your back,
He snores
that's
like a
it.
vacuum cleaner. No, I have had to punch him to wake him up
Wake
before
up so I can go to sleep.
and tell him to roll
Come on.
over. So I will wake him up so that I can fall asleep because
Mhm.
it's like falling asleep with a vacuum cleaner literally next to you.
This is the best way to sleep because it's the best natural position for your body. It's like standing up straight when you're laying on your back. So if you feel that you want to be in this position because you're hurting over time, the best thing to do is go get a contour pillow. And a contour pillow is usually a foam pillow. It's got a big old dent in it. Foamy memory foam.
Yeah.
So your head stays straight. And as if you're standing up and looking at the horizon, that's the position your head's supposed to be in when you're sleeping. So this pillow forces you to do that. And it's uncomfortable to be in any other position with these pillows. So you can get those anywhere, really, these days. Face down is the next position. Puts repeated pressure on your facial muscles, causing wrinkles. Sleeping face down requires turning your head to the side to breathe because you can't sleep with your face in the pillow, right? It creates an unnatural neck twist and pressure on your
Like,
neck.
I feel like that explains a lot.
It
And
does
it
because
should-
you're a face sleeper.
And I have a lot of neck issues, neck and upper
Now,
shoulder.
let's say if you've been to the chiropractor many times, and you know the bench they put you on has you lay face down on the bench and it has a face
Divot.
divot
Yeah.
to where you can breathe, no issues.
I want one of those for the house.
Would you be able to sleep better with that? I think you would. be able
Hell
to.
yeah.
I think I would, because if you could lay flat like you're laying back on your back and lay on your stomach,
I
I'd
would sleep so
probably-
much better.
sleep in that position. But
But then I wouldn't know what to do with my arms.
right. So the National Sleep Foundation says it can lead to back and neck pain since it's hard to keep your spine in a neutral position. Plus, stomach sleepers put pressure on our muscles and joints, possibly leading to numbness, tingling, aches, and irritated nerves. That sound about right?
That's Megan in a nutshell, and I'm done.
Yeah.
Bye.
So the next up is side sleeper. And this is the most common position people sleep in. I sleep in on my side, usually because of this. It's just what I naturally go to. And I try to sleep on my back. I really do. I used to just sleep on my back all the time.
Well, when you were on the ship.
When we first met, how did I sleep?
On your back like this.
Like this. My hands weren't out or anything like that. I slept just like this.
And it was conditioning
or
being in the Navy.
Or I would do this, or I'd interlock my fingers.
And do that. And it was the weirdest freaking thing ever. Every once in a while, he'd put a pillow behind his back and not be full side, but be like at a 45-degree angle.
Because when you slept,
on the ship.
So it's called a coffin rack for a reason. It's actually the size of a coffin. And you literally have a little over 2 feet wide. You have probably roughly maybe 2 feet, if that, above your head. And there's a wall, and there's a wall, and then there's the bottom.
So he would create a fake corner to lean on, or he'd sleep like this.
I'd either lay on my back, or I'd catty corner against the wall, which is funny because it's the same wall that the person next to you is sleeping in, and behind that thin metal wall, because the wall would go back and forth. And so I knew the guy who slept on the other side of my bunk, and he slept the same way, and then I slept the way. And I could tell if he was there, or he could tell if I was there, because the wall would be warm from our body.
That's so weird.
It is weird. But those were the two positions.
It used to freak me out because I like to sleep like this, and then he would be like literally in a coffin.
You cannot sleep on your face in a coffin rack at all. So 47% of us sleep on our side. Sleeping in the fetal position sets your neck forward into a painful posture, which leads to neck pain and constant headaches. Your hips misalign, causing issues there as well. That's me.
Literally, yeah.
I am going to a chiropractor.
He had to start going to the chiropractor again because his hips hurt so bad.
At 37. Yes. My hip fucking...
You dropped an F-bomb! Oh my goodness!
Freaking hurt.
I wish I had like a pull string for the balloons to fall from the ceiling. You dropped an F-bomb!
Oh, I did drop an F-bomb. Excuse my French, folks. I don't normally drop F-bombs.
On camera.
On camera, on live streams. I'm going to wait. I'm going to see the reaction to that.
He said the F word.
So, going to listen and work. Easy getting there. Okay.
Brad says it's more like DOA than sleeping.
Right. So, back to
I can't believe you said the F word.
So the next position is called the starfish.
You're blushing.
I know.
So the starfish is the least common sleep position. It's on your back, hand above your head, legs slightly spread. But apparently only 6 people find this comfortable.
6 people.
6%. 6 people in the world.
Only 6
find
people.
This comfortable.
And we know this because we know all 6 of them.
Now the next one is the free fall.
So this one is
which is on the stomach with legs and arms outstretched, and I will sleep like that.
If you were to jump out of aircraft, you're jumping out, you're like, you got your feet out, your hands out, and you're just going down.
That's me.
Yeah. And we have a
king size bed, and he still doesn't have room some nights.
I don't.
I know. There's no shame in my game, though.
You know who else sleeps in the free fall position? All 3 of your cats.
Yes, they do. There's 4 of them, but they all do.
So those are the 5 positions that people sleep in, and whatever category you fall under, if you feel that you have any problems or troubles sleeping, or feel that you have a lack of sleep, it's probably because of the position you're sleeping in. Beyond that, there's a medical condition or something else beyond that could be at play. So next question, I need to keep doing these. Every once in a while, just click the next button.
Okay.
The right.
Yes.
How long should it take to fall asleep? So for me,
About 2.5 seconds.
sorry, bug.
He passes out like nobody's business.
True. Falling asleep should not take any more than 20 minutes. If you fall asleep within 5 minutes, there's probably a problem. It probably means you're sleep deprived and you're really, really tired.
Or
you're trained.
And see, I would say in your case, you're trained.
So
Because and my dad is the same way.
he's the same way. This
Like-
is something you don't forget. When you have it, you usually keep it for life. And you want to keep it for life because you get a lot more sleep.
So both of them were in the Navy.
Yep.
Both of them served on ship.
Yep.
And so
Watch
they
schedules, everything
yeah,
like that.
like you have rotating schedules. You have to sleep when you have to sleep, regardless of what's going on around you. So both of them, as soon as they hit the bed, they are out. And I fully do believe it's a learned behavior from being in the military.
Yeah.
And, I don't know if some of the people on here that have served are the same way. I know that Doc can pass out
on a
with
dime.
a quickness.
So here's what I do. This is what I'll get into bed knowing that it's time to sleep. And I'll get into a comfortable position. I'll close my eyes
And start snoring.
and literally think of nothing. And as soon as that nothing starts, I'm out. I'm gone.
I can't.
And there's been times where I'm literally 2 minutes. I'm out.
Not like literally not even that long. Last night it was probably like seriously a good 45 seconds, and you were gone.
I believe it.
So
Other ways you could train for sleep. We do it to our child. Sound recognition.
yeah,
White noise.
he knows when that white noise machine comes on,
It's time to
it's
sleep.
time to go to sleep.
And he will fall asleep pretty quickly most of the time.
I'm the same way with my fan,
With the
which
fan.
is in a way a white
But there's
noise
an opposite
machine.
effect that if it's not on, you can't sleep.
I can't sleep if my fan is
So,
not on, or if we lose power in the middle of the night,
we know.
and my
we both
fan,
know automatically.
we both wake up because
It's too quiet.
it's too quiet in the house. So there's definitely positives and negatives to
Mhm.
that. If it takes you longer than 15 minutes to fall asleep, I guess the sleep people say you may suffer from insomnia.
There may
I
be some
don't-
issues.
Yeah, I don't
line.
necessarily, like, sometimes, like, I don't know, sometimes it takes me a little while to turn my brain off.
Mhm.
And it's not because I can't fall asleep, it's just I start
Yeah, it could be your environment as well. The best thing to do if you can't fall asleep within 20 minutes is get up, go into another room, read, or do something
low key.
low key until you get tired and then go to bed.
Yeah. I've done that before where I'll go stretch out on the couch, watch an episode. I won't turn any lights
Yeah,
on or
it could
anything.
be. It could also be the location you're staying in. So let's say you have multiple beds in the house. Try a different bed. Maybe you just
You did that before when we had the guest bed. There were a couple times.
Yeah.
I know that if I go stretch out on the couch and put something on, within like 5 minutes, I'll fall asleep on the couch. Luckily
it's different
enough,
than our bed. Our couch is stiff.
but it's also to me, it's also very comfortable.
So
And I will pass out. Plus, I have that thing kind of behind
straight.
me.
Yeah.
So I can kind of like, I'll either lean against it or like roll over and face it and cock a leg up on it, and then I'm gone.
Yeah.
They also recommend trying like natural remedies, like certain teas, chamomile, melatonin, stuff like that can help you fall asleep. I know
valerian root.
valerian root.
Ooh, buddy, you have to take a lot of it, but that stuff will knock you out.
Yeah, I have weird dreams when I take
If
it.
you
though.
have issues with melatonin, and it's usually the opposite between melatonin and valerian root. You have issues with either of them, try the other. They're both natural, except one's an herb and one's an actual chemical.
Yeah.
Um,
My only issue with when I take melatonin is if I wake up for any reason, like if I have to pee or the cat sits on my
You're not
face
awake.
or something. No, it's harder for me to fall back asleep.
Ah.
Where like with the valerian, when I've taken it in the past, if I have to wake up to pee or something, I feel like I'm still asleep while I'm peeing. Like, I mean, I get up and go to the
Right.
bathroom, but I still have that like,
you're in between, so you fall asleep easily.
Yeah, but then I lay down and I'm right back out.
Big issue with valerian root also is it stinks. It smells bad.
Yeah, but I mean, if you take it in like a capsule form.
It still smells bad.
Yeah, but you're not like inhaling. You don't snort it. I mean, I would not recommend # disclaimer don't snort your Valerian.
I'm gonna snort some valerian. Oh, I can't sleep. Okay. Good night. So we do with our kid once in a very, very, very blue moon. Maybe this maybe once or twice. When that kid will not go to sleep or we're traveling or something like that, we'll give him a milligram of melatonin. And folks, 20 minutes, he's out.
Yeah. Which is nice.
And like I said, very handful. He's 5. We've done
Another friend, a friend of ours with another special needs child,
we've done it twice.
actually
I
recommended
think
it.
we've given melatonin like only twice.
Yeah.
You know why? One, because the first time was like a freaking miracle, and we're like, sleep.
Ah! Yeah.
I can go, have fun or do whatever, or get some stuff done. So
That was when y'all were camping.
I don't want to lose that potency because if we do
Yeah.
it more and more, he'll get used to it. So that's the only reason why I've only done it twice.
Yeah. But it did, just yeah.
So,
okay. Go. Why do we fall asleep?
So this is very interesting. You can read this part. You can read this part of my notes because
it's got funky words in
Yeah.
it, and you want me to say them on the line. It's probably hip. Hypnagogic.
Hypnagogic.
Hypnagogic defines the period when a person falls asleep, when your brain takes over and switches your body into the physically off mode, when your muscles completely relax, giving a sense of falling, hence falling asleep. So when you get the twitch, because your body's like, oh shit, my foot died.
So read that.
Oh yeah, that's why we have the jerk, which sometimes wakes us up immediately because our muscles contract or twitch involuntarily because the neurons in a separate part of our brains are sending the wrong signals to the muscles, making sure that you're still alive. I get those really, really bad.
70% of people have experienced this or something.
So there's people out there that have never experienced it?
There is. And 10% of people say this happens to them every single night.
I wouldn't say every single night, but I would say probably 3 out of the 7 days of the week I experience that.
Yeah. This has nothing to do with actual twitches that your body makes when you're dead. That has to do with your muscles.
Yeah.
That's proven fact because we cut off chickens' heads all the time. And they're still flapping after 5 minutes. It's a natural muscle reaction, not because of this. This is not related at all whatsoever. So did you know that?
I did not.
Nice.
Learning things, y'all. Learning things.
Dreaming is not black and white. For most of us, anyway. You're going to love this one, too. Go ahead, read it.
75% of us, 75 people.
Yeah.
75 people. 75% of us dream in color, while 12% of people report dreaming in black and white. Why? Our world is filled with more vivid color we see every day in our devices. Before the advent of color TV, only 15% dreamed in color.
How crazy is that?
That's weird. I also heard somewhere that you cannot dream of a face that you've never seen. So everybody that's in your dreams at some point in your life you have seen.
Huh.
I don't know if that's true or not. But because your dreams are
memories,
but
if you're watching a movie, you're seeing every face.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying, or like
So
you
they
go to
could be
Walmart.
perfect strangers.
Yeah, I'm not saying you know them.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that at some point in your life, your brain has recognized their face and brings it back.
Never heard of that, but that's an interesting concept.
You skipped one.
Well, let's take a look at the comments here, see what's going on. Yep. Excuse me. So damn small. So menopause is the real subject, right? Mega's technology game is on point.
Because I moved the picture.
Yeah. Sub said night. Good night. Must be going to bed.
No.
Smart.
No, Brad said he's going to listen
Oh,
at
right,
work.
right,
Good
right.
evening, everyone here in the chat.
If I take Simply Sleep and don't knock out quickly, I'm screwed. It actually keeps me up.
Oh, wow.
Sybil practice. Sybil, I have to give my girls melatonin every night or they're up all night.
Have you noticed that it, have they built up a tolerance at all? Like, do you have to give them more over time, or do you just base it off of weight? Like, what we have, we cut the recommended dose in half. So he's only getting 1 milligram.
A normal person would get 2 milligrams. He's half a person, so we give him 1.
Yeah, because he's 85 pounds now. So like we figured let's try one and see what happens and then go from there. So it was, yeah, I'm interested to see what she says.
What the answer is on that. So memory download. Those who sleep more recall more. They remember more. Those who sleep less recall less. Guess what? They remember less.
I'm gonna call BS on that because you sleep a lot and can't remember shit.
I just don't. I have random. I have selective memory. Okay.
Goes with your selective hearing.
Okay. Here's my brain. Here's my brain. My brain is Rolodex, and I guess I did say Rolodex.
Because you're old.
When I have to remember something, I go through this Rolodex until I find the file. I pull out the file, and I go from what's on that file. Half the shit you tell me does not go on my Rolodex. Because the majority of the time, it's not that important for me to remember.
Y'all heard it here.
You know what I'm talking about.
No, I do, but it's still.
And it's true half the time, most of the time, until you go, you never listen to me.
I do. And then he's like, what?
Yes, I'll take another beer, please.
Yeah.
So this links a lot of neurological diseases for those who put off sleep in the long run. When you sleep, your brain flushes out actual toxins that prevent a buildup of plaque. There is such thing as brain plaque. It is a real thing, leaving space to download your memories of when you were awake. You'll hear people who are in college that have to retain a lot of information, or they have a big test or something like that. They'll wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, study for 30 minutes, and go back to sleep. And usually they remember everything they studied in that 30-minute period, because you're more awake when you're more alert when you're first awake, and then if you go to sleep, you'll download that info. And
is that where the whole like sleeping with the book under your pillow thing came from?
No.
Stop chewing on the chair.
That's people who think that if they fall asleep on a book that they'll absorb.
Well, I'm not, but I just didn't know if that's where that came from.
Which is not real. It doesn't.
I like this
work.
next one. Take a nap.
Take a nap.
You may not know this, but we as humans are biphasic. I can say that one.
Right.
Designed to sleep twice a day. This peaks at 2 a.m. and 2 p.m., which is why we're tired after lunch. I always thought it was because I was fat.
It's not just because you ate. Your body naturally wants to go to sleep because we're biphasic.
So if you can take a 20 to 30 minute nap, take a nap. NASA actually did research on this and pinpointed specifically that a 26-minute nap improves the pilot alertness by 54% and
overall
job performance for 34%. So compared to pilots who did not nap at all. I think I'm gonna talk to my boss about that tomorrow.
You should. And it's a real thing. There's even an app for that. There's an app called 26 Nap, and it's an actual app you can put on your phone that has a 26-minute timer. You click it.
Because like setting a watch or something is just too difficult these days.
Hey, it's NASA. NASA's always right, right? No, I would love to take a nap. And if you really think about it, if you have a big work day or a long work day, I think it's very feasible to work that.
Yeah.
You go to your car.
Well, not even. I mean, like
find a space that's quiet or something like that.
Put a pillow on your desk and just clonk.
15 to 25 minutes.
Yeah.
I think it's possible. Even if you have to say 15.
I think I waste that much time just farting around. Well, way more than that, but
the in-between time. So, you may have a problem if you can't get out of bed. Dysania. The struggle to get out of bed up to 2 hours after the alarm goes off. If you have dysania, I'm saying that right? Dysania. It doesn't mean you're lazy. You could have an underlying issue causing you not to get out of bed. Depression on both ends, which means depression can keep you from getting out of bed because you're depressed. And then having depression, taking medications. The medications can also slow you down to keep you from getting out of bed. Malnutrition and screen drain. Hey everybody, sorry I'm late. MG Ibarra, hey, how's it going?
Well, apparently there was somebody trolling.
I'm
But
not-
Sybil also said no tolerance buildup. They just don't produce enough melatonin naturally, so they have to take it.
Huh. It is a natural byproduct of our own brains.
Yeah.
Um, so, screen drain can also cause this issue of dysania, which is not a prescribed illness yet. They're looking into it, making it an actual illness. Screen drain is when you take a electronic device to bed with you,
Oh.
and you sit there and you play on it, and you play on it.
Why are
and
you
play
looking
on
at
it,
me?
And you play on it.
I've gotten a lot better with
You
that,
have?
actually.
But you were really bad. At some point, you'd stay up till 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock at night,
Yeah. In
playing
bed,
on your phone.
but playing on my phone.
And I'd be up the next morning, I'm so tired.
Ah.
Ah. So,
And apparently, y'all, it's a myth. You don't need less sleep as you get older. As your body gets older, it becomes less malleable than when it was younger. We get up to pee more often. Look, dude, I'm 23. I'm 32, and I still get up to pee. Your hip hurts, and some other old body factors playing a role in your continuous sleep. You're just awake more often, so you think you need less sleep. Treat the problems, get better sleep. Go to like a chiropractor, stuff like that, which I already do.
well, yeah,
And
but I tell you, I get better sleep because I go to the chiropractor. So your immune system needs sleep. During sleep, the immune system releases proteins called cytokines. Cytokines. Cytokines, which help fight infections and inflammation and ease stress. Sleep deprivation means fewer protective cytokines.
Memes are produced.
Along with other infection quashing antibodies in cells. So, of course, everybody who doesn't sleep well usually feels like crap.
Yeah. I can definitely tell, like, first thing in the morning whether I slept well or not.
Yeah, you'll know if it's a good day or if it's going to be a
I'm still going to
struggle.
hit the snooze like 3 or 4 times because I love our bed and I'm comfortable. But I can tell, like, today's going to be good because I got enough sleep.
So how much continuous?
Continuous. Yeah, I think that is the big
That's the big word.
thing.
The big word is continuous. We were just talking about it's a myth. The dogs are fighting or playing.
They're playing.
We talk about older people having to get up, go pee or whatnot. You should be sleeping continuously for at least so many hours.
So for newborns, no surprise, 14 to 17 hours a day. They're going to sleep, they're going to eat, they're going to poop, and then they'll go back to sleep. Infants, which they have classified as 4 to 11 months, is 12 to 15 hours a day. Toddlers, which they have as 1 to 2 years, 11 to 14 hours a day. Preschoolers, aged 3 to 5, gets 10 to 13 hours a day.
Our son gets 10.
He gets 10
Yep.
on average. Sometimes it's probably less. Like, he's in his room for that long,
Right.
but he doesn't always go to sleep.
Sometimes it's more.
Yeah.
Depending on how he grows, because he's constantly.
Yeah, if he's growing, he will sleep for 13 hours and not even, and then take a nap. Like, it's ridiculous. School-age children, which they have classified from 6 to 13 years, is 9 to 11 hours. Teenagers, 14 to 17 years, is 8 to 10 hours, which I did not get that much sleep when I was a teenager.
I wish I did.
Between practice and homework and dinner and everything else.
Okay.
And then having to get up and start again the next day.
Yeah, well, let's stop there. You got activities that are keeping you from sleeping, but at the same time, you got activities physically exercising your body. So when you do sleep, you sleep.
Oh,
good.
I got great sleep. Like, I wish I could sleep like I was a teenager again.
Right. And nowadays, it's not the same. Nowadays, the teenagers are following the routines of their parents who work constantly and don't get enough sleep. So they feel they naturally should follow suit and not get as much sleep.
No, you need your sleep. So then they have adults, which are 18 to 64 years, is 7 to 9 hours. And then older adults, which is 65 and up, is 7 to 8 hours. So I don't know why they lost an hour of sleep.
Of continuous sleep.
But yeah, continuous being
Is
the
the
key
key.
word,
Yeah.
which I do not get. I would tell you, even if I'm in bed for the 7 to 9 hours, is not continuous. I get up to pee, I toss and turn because I'm a stomach sleeper, and then things fall asleep, like numbness, falling asleep, and I know I do not.
Yeah.
I do not.
So there's another age category called Devo. Devo age does not sleep.
Devo?
Yeah, there's only one Devo. That's your father.
Yeah.
And he doesn't sleep. He just sits there and stares at you.
What are you talking about?
Your father.
You're so weird. That has nothing to do with sleep.
He just sits there and stares.
My dad is a lovely gentleman, and he'll be like, I'm not tired. So that would be Devo's sleep.
That's how he sleeps. He doesn't.
He'll be sitting on the couch.
Look, read the caption.
I can't sleep at night because I take naps. Yeah. He is always, like, as far as I can remember, had like random sleep schedules. And because when we were in Italy, for example, he would work 12-hour shifts, and he would have a week on, a week off, a week on, week off. Well, he would have like a week of days, so from 06 to 18, a week off, another week of days, 06 to 18, a week off. Then on the next cycle, it would be 18 to 06. So he would basically work a month of days and then a month of nights. So every month he was switching back and forth. So like his sleep patterns are just all over the damn place. And I would probably end up murdering someone.
And let me tell you folks, if you work a position that makes you lose sleep, talk to your doctor. And then you can also consider about getting compensated for that. It's like working overtime. Your body's got a natural sleep pattern. If your work schedule is going against that, you should be compensated for that.
You're not going to be, though, because you need that job. So sleep debt.
I want to go over sleep debt.
Okay, well, you keep hitting things and it keeps moving the text.
I'm hitting this. Okay, so sleep debt. Have you ever heard of sleep debt?
No.
Sleep debt, the title of it's called Pay the Piper or Suffer the Consequences. When you fail to get your required amount of sleep, how many hours of sleep do you normally need to feel as if you slept enough?
Like me personally?
Yes.
I would say probably
8.
No, I would say 7 to 7.5 hours of good, solid, don't get up to pee, don't have a cat sit on my face, nothing. Like, go to bed and wake up the next morning, 7 to 7.5 hours. I feel like I can greet the day.
How often do you sleep like that a week?
Like never.
Like never. Right.
I would say a week, probably maybe twice a week.
So if you take that number, 7, 7.5, 7.5, and multiply that by the days of the week, I don't know. I can't do math.
We'll just do 7 and 7 times 7. What was that, 49?
Yeah. So your body requires 49 hours of sleep to achieve I've slept good. When you sleep less than that, it's called a sleep debt. So when you fail to get a required amount of sleep let me start again. When you fail to get your required amount of sufficient sleep, you start to accumulate a sleep debt. For example, if you need 7 hours of sleep nightly, you feel awake and alert. To feel awake and alert, you only get 5 hours of sleep that night. You have acquired a sleep debt of 2 hours.
Okay, following so far.
If you continue that pattern for 5 nights, you have accumulated a sleep debt of 10 hours.
Okay.
The way to erase that sleep debt is to get more sleep. Depending on the scale of the sleep debt, it may take some time to recover fully. However, the positive effects of paying this debt back by sleeping more during
So I would need to get 10 more hours of sleep.
And you'd want to work that in.
I mean, I can kind of see that because, like, on the weekends lately, I've been taking naps.
Yep.
And I will pass out hard and fast for like a good 2.5 hours, and I am like dead.
And you're paying back your body.
So, okay. And then I feel better and I can function. more.
Yeah.
Because it sucks though, because I work on the weekends, so like sleeping in. Well, we also have a child who doesn't
Right.
understand that term.
But at the
But
same time, we have a choice as well. He goes to bed at 8 o'clock. We could go to bed at 8 o'clock if we want to.
do we?
No. So to pay back sleep debt, it's necessary to start getting the sleep you need, plus an additional hour or so per night until the debt is paid off. Afterwards, the required amount of sleep can be resumed without additional hours.
But I think at that point, like I would say I have a lot of debt to pay off. That if I started sleeping that much for like that, I would just continue to sleep that much.
Mm-hmm. Even if the debt is hundreds or even thousands of hours, it can still be successfully reconciled with a conscious effort to restructure your obligations and allowing sufficient time of off time to recover. Vacations, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You will know you have a pay back your sleep debt when you wake up feeling refreshed and do not feel excessively drowsy during the day. The maximum you should be sleeping per day if you're an adult is 9 hours. Don't sleep beyond that. You shouldn't. Anything above 9 hours increases your odds of getting dementia.
This also coming from the man that was like, if I could take something to let me sleep for 48 hours straight, I would do it.
Yeah, that's
So,
true. That was a couple days ago. I was just tired at the time. So, if you are a parent or you had kids and they're even out of the house, you have a lot of hours to make up. Each child will cause you to lose 4,000 hours of sleep on average in your lifetime. So the more children you have,
So when we joke about the fact that Huxley gets his energy from us, he legitimately
he literally
does.
sucks it up from us. It's 4,000 hours per child.
Thank God we only have one.
Telling you. So, folks, that's pretty much our notes for this evening. One big note about sleeping is your pillow. We do not do this. We should. We really should.
I need a new pillow. BT Dubs.
Your pillow should be washed or replaced every 6 months.
I would say we wash our pillows.
Yes, we do wash our pillows, but they should be washed or replaced every 6 months.
I can tell when it's time to get a new pillow when my allergies get worse.
Yeah.
Is that? I mean, that may be
If
gross.
you're sick or anything like that, all
Way
that
too much
nastiness
information.
goes into the sweat and everything.
Well, you gotta figure, like, because that's one of my things. Like, with having the hysterectomy, like, even at my age, I'm in menopause. I have night sweats. I sweat horrendously when I sleep a lot. It's gotten better, but it's still gross. So, like, I know that my pillow sees a lot of sweat.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm also a tummy sleeper, so I'm, like, breathing into it or, like, on it, and versus, like, a back sleeper, so it's getting that, too.
Right.
Those things.
I'm just scrolling through some of these pictures here.
Yes, Sean Bean, you've got it right, buddy. That is my life. Yeah, that's a coffee. Oh, God, that's gross.
It's just a random person.
I've never been so tired that I would nose plant on a public bus.
When someone asked me when the last time I slept through the night was, it's been 84 years.
Oh, poor Rose.
How I sleep, knowing that I'm single and nobody's cheating on me.
What does that even have to do with anything? You just thought it was funny.
I can rise and shine, just not at the same time.
Yeah, I can rise, but then I don't shine until after I've had caffeine.
I have a condition that makes me eat when I can't sleep.
Nom 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 nom. That's phenomenal.
It's phenomenal. I know how to scare them. I'll sleep soundly, and they'll briefly think I've died.
God, yes, that has happened. That happens now still to me every once in a while. I'm
every once in a while, I will go in our kid's room.
Just make sure he's alive.
He's still breathing. I spent all day sleeping. Now I'm tired. You know, cats sleep 2/3 of their lives.
Yes. I want to come back as a cat.
That'd be nice. I'm not sleepy. Totally listening to you.
That was me at work today.
Can't wake up late if you never go to sleep.
The bottom of that shit, that's modern problems require modern solutions.
I got a full 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I like food and sleep. If I give you my food or text you all night.
You're special to me. You're special to me, honey.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah. Okay. Are we done with the memes?
Yes.
Okay. Really? Really?
I'm under your bed, so you can't sleep. Have you tried telling everybody on Facebook? That'll help.
Oh, I would kill somebody.
I don't know
Calling
who you are calling me at 5 a.m., but I will find you and I will kill you.
me. Okay. Are you good? Stop, honey. It's not
Oh.
it's not a meme show.
All right, it's not a meme show. So, folks, that is our show for tonight. We hope you got something out of it, learned something new, perhaps, and then maybe if you are suffering from some issues that are not related to sleep but are causing you not to sleep well, then maybe you look into that. Talk to your doctor.
It's weird though because my boss, she is actually doing a sleep thing at the doctor
Sleep
now
study.
because and they found like she had to go in and like they put all the things on her head and like she spent the night there and they tested her for narcolepsy and stuff like that.
Narcolepsy.
Yeah, apparently there's like it can also affect your sleep. It's not like she passes out at her desk or anything, but like
no.
but like but they found out that the reason she's having problems is she doesn't enter REM sleep. And they don't know why right now. But so she always feels tired. She doesn't remember anything because she doesn't get that deep sleep, that REM sleep to download, those memories, the stuff you've learned and processed and all that kind of stuff. And so now they're trying to figure out why she's not.
Basically, if she's not going to REM sleep, her brain is toxic.
I mean, I guess
she's not getting rid of all the plaque.
Yeah, so she's been having to wear this watch constantly that monitors like her movement, her sleep patterns, stuff like that, and like uploads all the data, and then she'll have to go back and get the results after they've been analyzed and everything. But yeah,
Wow.
she can't enter REM sleep, or she does not enter REM sleep, and it affects her through the day. Like she's always exhausted, and it's so there might be some underlying issues. So if you think your sleep is whacked, get it checked out. There are people out there.
Sub says, laugh out loud. I got 49 hours in 1998. Lonely Prepper says, well, gee, I guess I'm going into debt then. Marine Mike, I've worked nights for almost 13 years. The hardest part is the weekends, trying to flip-flop to be available during the day. One of these days I'll get a day job. Sub says, Megan just got me a euthanasia shot. Not kidding. What?
Get, not got.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Like, don't get.
It didn't work.
Lonely Prepper says, laugh out loud. Sub was going to say, it didn't work. Lonely Prepper, laugh out loud. Menopause is for the devil.
It is. I hate it.
Oh. Lonely Prepper says, my late ex-wife was a major sleepwalker and talker. Would catch her down the road walking to town in her nightgown or getting ready to drive off in her car.
I will talk in my sleep.
Every once in a while.
It was a lot worse when I was a child.
My sister did that. We had to share a room, and she would face me, and she'd be like, Patrick. Her eyes would be open. She would open her eyes. She'd go, Patrick, why are you not awake? What's going on over there? And she just continuously talk. You could ask her anything, and she would tell you the answer to it. She could not tell a lie because
there was no filter. I mean, she was asleep.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I don't talk nearly as much in my sleep. I have never sleepwalked that I am aware of.
Yeah,
and that absolutely terrifies me.
I lived on a ship for 4 years, and I lived on the top bunk that was three bunks high. I'm glad I didn't sleepwalk.
Because you would have killed yourself.
Falling out of bed.
Ah. So I couldn't stand those things over my head. I have claustrophobia and can't stand. Yeah, I don't. I guess like the good thing for you, like you went in young, so you conditioned to like be in a coffin.
Didn't bug me. Well, I mean, it depends on how you are conditioned. Give you Huxley, our son, for example. He's been in his room since day one. He's never had a real nightlight. It's always been dark. So he's not afraid of the dark.
Yeah.
And he's not afraid to be alone.
Yeah.
And so that's a conditioning that you normally do. that affects his sleep.
Yeah, but
Or-
not like small spaces, isn't it?
Well, there's kids that co-parent, co-sleep, and they can't separate from their parents because they have to be touching.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. I would have kicked him. Longest I've been awake is just over 3 days straight. No,
Which happens occasionally.
I would murder someone if I was awake that long.
Usually, like I remember back in the day when we had summers off, there would be about once a week because we could and we had no responsibilities as teenagers. I would stay awake until the sun came up the next day, and I would sleep all day, and then go back to normal, up down. But every once in a while, I wouldn't feel tired, so I'd just stay up all night.
Yeah.
Me, I need
I would say 5.5 to 6 hours.
six at least
Yeah.
for a functional day for me. If I get more than that, that's capital. And we, folks, we usually we're in bed usually by 11
Yeah.
every night. And if I'm not pulling her to bed, she's pulling me to bed.
Or I'll just be like, hey, I'm going to bed.
So
and
what do you
I will
think-
just leave him. Cause,
So what do you think of the sleep debt?
I mean, I
You ever
think
think about trying that?
it's, I mean, I can see that, like, I don't know. I just never thought, I never looked at the lack of sleep as being accumulative.
Would you rather pay your debt off or you take a nap through the middle of the day?
I think I'd rather take a nap.
I agree.
Because there are times where I'm like, I just need to close my eyes for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like,
20 minutes
yeah.
and just knock off the world.
Yeah.
But our chiropractor, fantastic. You go in there, you lay flat on a bed, not a bed, a bench.
Well, yeah, it's not a chiropractic table.
Yeah.
Massage table type deal.
You're on your face. They put a warm heating pad on your back.
You get the TENS therapy, the
And
electrode therapy.
You get 20 minutes.
It's 12 minutes of that, and then it's
It seems like
three.
longer.
Yeah, it's 3 minutes of the buffer thing.
Right. And so
You're laying on the table for probably
Peace.
about 15 minutes.
but you're getting peace and quiet.
Yeah,
It's you by yourself. The only thing you might hear is the background
yeah.
music.
I
which is
pass
all
out
musical.
a lot of the times.
I might have more notes, honestly.
I hope not. I have to go to the bathroom.
Okay, real quick. How to fall asleep faster. Listen to music that averages between 6 and 80 beats per minute. Classical and smooth jazz music is best for this. It slows your heart rate and your breathing, lowers your blood pressure, and relaxes your muscles.
I actually did that when I was in college. I had a playlist on my iTunes
I did too.
that was my going to sleep music.
Yep.
And if I made it to the second song once I got like used to it, then something was wrong.
There-
Because I normally it was kind of it's the conditioning, it's the sound conditioning. I would pass out.
Two groups that would make me fall asleep. Dixie Chicks. Oh, the slow stuff is slow. And a little kid called Billy Gilman.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Garden, low intensity exercise wears your body out and your mind out so you can sleep better. And don't eat before bed. If you eat before bed, the calorie jolt can give you an energy boost, keep you awake, and it can also cause acid reflux. So those were the tips on how to sleep better.
Faster, fall asleep faster.
Whatever. So that's it.
Yep.
Megan's got a pee, so we're gonna
I
have.
gotta pee.
I'm
again.
Patrick.
I'm Megan.
We're the Breakaway Homestead. We hope you enjoyed the show. We will see you next Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you guys want to contact us anytime, Breakaway Homestead
Okay, you got this.
gmail.com and or email or mail us physical mail at the Breakaway Homestead, P.O. Box 736, Vass, North Carolina 28394. And if you email us, say, hey, do it in all caps because I do get a lot of junk in my email, and say subject for the next show. And if we find your subject interesting, we'll do a show on that and give you what we find. And so we do appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Good night. Good night, folks.